Welcome to the Han River Regatta course. Bucky Waters with former Olympian Eric Evans, and we're just minutes before the kayak doubles final at 1,000 meters. There's our leader. Just a little more than an hour ago, Greg Barton created his historic race for the gold successfully, and now he's coming back for the doubles. Let's set the lanes for you. In lane 1, Australia. Lane 2, the United States. Lane 3, West Germany. Lane 4, Norway. Lane 5, East Germany. Lane 6, Sweden. Lane 7, Romania. Lane 8, Hungary. And lane 9, the favorites from New Zealand.
And the New Zealand team at the top of your screen in lane 9 is out very quickly. They're the defending world champions over this distance, and they have just recently won a gold medal here in Seoul in the 500-meter event.
What does Barton and Bellingham have to do to get a medal?
They have to stay close early on, and then they're in a favored lane at the bottom of your screen with the Australians in lane 1, the Americans right next to them in lane 2. We have a quarterly wind that's going to help them in the last 100 meters where the grandstand blocks that wind. Well,
Barton's characteristic is a strong finish. Bellingham is more of a sprinter, but he's much bigger at 6'4".
He's a very good 500 man. He's a high-strung guy. He really wants to go for it. Greg is calm, cool, collected. It makes for a great team.
Well, the pair of Bellingham and Barton have already been successful with gold in the Pan American Games in this event.
And at the bottom of your screen, the Australians, they're a dark horse here. Foster and Graham. I've always been partial to Foster.
Oh, no plugs here. Looking at the top, New Zealand, the team of Paul McDonald and Ian Ferguson, really putting it away. I think they're wearing those shades because they anticipate the glitter of gold, but the Aussies in lane 1 are giving them all they want. And here comes the Americans. You can just see the tip of that white boat. That's the Americans in lane 2. And as expected, a strong finish. 500 meters to go. Greg Barton and Norm Bellingham of the United States in 3rd place, and Barton is trying to do the double and take Bellingham with him. We're going to have another great race in the K-2.
And the boats to watch at the bottom of your screen, the Australians. And at the top of your screen, the team from New Zealand, the defending world champions. They're very good sprinters. Will they die in the last part of this race?
There's the American team hanging in 3rd, trying to get a bronze. It appears that the New Zealand team of McDonald and Ferguson are just running out of gas a bit, giving the Americans a chance. We know that Barton's a strong finisher. He's got to do it again with a little more than an hour's rest after his gold in the singles.
It looks like Australia at the bottom of the screen, still in 1st place. Remember, they surprised earlier. He was 2nd. They had a second place in the kayak singles. At the top of your screen, New Zealand. There's the white boat of the United States starting to move on. This is when they have to do it.
And you keep waiting for East Germany, one of the favorites in this race. But so far, it's the Aussies, New Zealand, the United States, and it looks like, who's that coming up? Romania. Romania making a run. They're dead even with the United States.
This is where the United States is going to do well in that last 150 meters.
Look at Buck Barton pull that boat, gaining on the Aussies. Gaining on New Zealand.
Inch by inch by inch by inch.
He loves his headwind. Uh-oh. New Zealand looks like they got a second life at the top.
At the top of your screen,
a tremendous spurt by New Zealand. The Americans have to respond right now, but it looks like they're going to medal.
At the bottom of your screen, Greg and Norm. There they are. Stroking well. It's an all-out sprint.
They're going to, hey, they did it. I think they did it. I think Barton is doubled, but let's not get too excited here and listen to me saying that, because we thought Barton had won before and there was a malfunction. Lorraine Bellingham sure thinks we've won, and I do too. But I was stepping on my tongue after that singles race because they announced the Aussies as an early winner and then recanted.
Greg Barton, tremendous recovery after just over an hour from a tremendous exertion in the K1 singles. There's Norm waving his arms. He thinks he's won it.
Well, he's the high-strung one, and he's getting to Barton. Barton led the boat, but in the emotion category, Bellingham is now the leader.
That's the most emotional I've ever seen Greg Barton.
Well, he's been accused of having had a charisma bypass, but today with 2 goals, if he's got any juice at all, we're going to see it, Eric Evans. Look at that smile.
Lorraine Bellingham in the stands. Unbelievable finish. Here's the finish. New Zealand at the top, the United States team at the bottom. These last 4 or 5 strokes are very crucial. They might even lunge their boat forward with their hips to get that last inch just ahead of the New Zealand team. Oh, 6 inches. 6 inches after 3 minutes. Incredible margin. Here they come down the straight. Greg in the lead, Norm in the back. Stroking well, very efficient, moving well together. That's Norm's mom on the left. She's excited, booting them home. A tremendous day for the United States in kayaking.
I thought we might have had it.
Greg Barton, the quiet one. Ha ha, let's go with a shout. And Norm Bellingham, who trained for 3 years in New Zealand against the team of McDonald and Ferguson, turns the tables on his mentors as they caught New Zealand in the last 20 meters for a double gold for Greg Barton, emulating their '87 Pan American K-2 victory. Going into the final day, it was a shutout for Team USA. No medals, and the response, a double dip of gold in the K-2. The gold goes to the USA and the team of Barton and Bellingham. The silver to New Zealand, McDonald and Ferguson, and the bronze to the Australians, Foster and Graham.